Welcome to Mass Transfer Operations lecture series.
In last lecture, we discussed molecular diffusion in a binary gas mixture. So today, let us discuss a similar topic, that is steady state diffusion in liquids. So we can start the discussion by considering the equation of flux Na obtained from Fick's law. So Na is equal to Na plus Nb into Ca by C minus Dab dCa by dZ. Let us consider a vessel consisting of a binary mixture of A and B, which is in liquid phase. So here the molecules are trying to diffuse from a location 1 to a location 2. So they are trying to traverse a distance of say Z. So we will try to obtain an expression for flux in this case. So Na is equal to Na plus Nb into Ca by C minus Dab dCa by dZ. Mole fraction Xa is equal to Ca by C. Take the derivative of Xa with respect to Ca to get dCa. dCa is equal to C into dXa. Let us replace dCa in the equation for flux Na. So Na is equal to Na plus Nb into Xa minus Dab C dXa by dZ. Here C is the total concentration. We can substitute for C if we know the total mass concentration. Let us assume rho is the density of the solution and m the molecular weight of solution. So rho by m is equal to C, the molar concentration, because the unit of the density is kilogram per meter cube. If I divide this with the molecular weight of the solution, I'll get kilomoles per meter cube, that is the concentration. So I can substitute C with rho by m. But if you see here, I have used the term average here because in order to solve this differential equation, I'll be assuming C to be a constant. So, but in reality, the value of C will be different at different locations because the concentration is different. So let us take the average value. So justify the assumption that C is the constant. Now let's get back to the equation for flux. Na is equal to Na plus Nb into Xa minus Dab rho by m average dXa by dZ. So in order to get the equation for flux, we need to solve this differential equation. So that let us apply the limits. So we have two locations at Z is equal to 1 to Z is equal to 2, and the molecules are traversing a distance of Z. And let us assume the concentration or the mole fraction of A at Z is equal to Z1 is Xa1, and the mole fraction of A at Z is equal to Z2 is Xa2. So like we have done a similar derivation in the case in the previous case, that is diffusion of molecules in a binary gas mixture. So let us solve this, and finally we will get Na is equal to Na by Na plus Nb into Dab by Z rho by m average ln Na by Na plus Nb minus Xa2 by Na by Na plus Nb minus Xa1. The solution of for this will be given separately. Now, so this is the general equation, but we are more interested in the two particular cases, that is diffusion of A through non-diffusing B and equimolar countercurrent diffusion of A and B. Let's say um, for case 1, we know that when diffusion of A through non-diffusing B means NB, the flux of B is equal to 0. So let's substitute NB is equal to 0 into this equation, and we'll get an expression for Na as dAB by Z rho by M average into ln 1 minus XA2 by 1 minus XA1. A similar expression to what we got in the previous case of diffusion of molecules in a binary gas mixture. So Na is equal to solving it and rearranging, I'll get Na is equal to dAB by Z rho by M average into XA1 minus XA2 by XBM, where XBM is the log mean mole fraction of B, which is equal to XB2 minus XB1 by ln XB2 by XB1. So if we know the mole fraction of A at locations 1 and 2, that is XA1 and XA2, we can find the flux with which molecules of A are diffusing. So it is clear from here. So you can use either of these two equations to solve the problems. I'll suggest you to use this equation because it will be, the calculation will be bit more easier. But and this one, what you see here is the general way with which we represent these kind of equations. So here let us consider the case 2 now. That means equimolar countercurrent diffusion of A and B. That means molecules of A and B are diffusing in equal and or in equal amount but in opposite direction. So we can write Na is equal to minus Nb. So let's begin from the first equation for flux. Na is equal to Na plus Nb into Xa minus dAb rho by M average dXA by dZ. The equation that is written here. Yeah, this one. Substitute Na is equal to minus Nb. We get Na is equal to minus dAb rho by M average into dXA by dZ. So here again, let's separate the variable and apply the limits. That is, at Xa is equal to at Z is equal to 0, Z is equal to Z1, Xa is equal to Xa1, and Z is equal to Z2, Xa is equal to Xa2. Solve, we get Na is equal to dAb by Z rho by M average into Xa1 minus Xa2. So we obtained two equations, one for diffusion A through non-diffusing B and the other for equimolar counter diffusion of A and B. Now let's summarize the different equations that we discussed. So what we are discussing is the molecular diffusion in a binary mixture. So when I say binary mixture, a mixture of two components, and that can be either in liquid phase or in gaseous phase. So let's discuss for each. So we started from the Fick's law, which states molar flux J is equal to minus dAb dCA by dZ. So from this using Fick's law, we obtained an expression for molar flux Na is equal to Na plus Nb into Ca by C minus dAb dCA by dZ. This is generally used for liquid phase reaction, liquid phase diffusion. Similarly, for gas phase diffusion, we applied ideal gas law or ideal gas assumption, and we got Na is equal to Na plus Nb into Pa by P minus dAb by RT dPa by dZ, where Pa is the partial pressure of component A and P is the total pressure. And in both the cases, that is molecular diffusion in liquid phase and in gaseous phase, we had two cases. That is, case one is diffusion of A through non-diffusing B. So in case of liquids, we obtain the expression Na is equal to dAb by Z rho by M average into ln 1 minus Xa2 by 1 minus Xa1. Similarly, for gases, Na is equal to dAb by RTL P ln P minus Pa1 by P minus Pa0. Here L and Z are similar, that is, these are the length through which the molecules are diffusing. That means the molecular diffusion happening between two planes separated by a distance Z and L. Okay, now let's modify this equation. Na is equal to dAB by RTL into P ln 1 minus PA1 by P by 1 minus PA0 by P. I'm simply rearranging the equation. So let's see what we got. Here Na is equal to dA by RTL into P, the total pressure, ln 1 minus YA1 by 1 minus YA0. Here PA1 by P, that is PA1 is the partial pressure of A at location 1 and P is the total pressure, is equal to YA1. Similarly, YA0 is equal to PA0 by P. Here it should be noted that we assume that the diffusion is taking place from location 0 to 1 and the partial pressure of A at location 0 is denoted by PA0 and partial pressure of A at location 1 is represented as PA1. So to avoid confusion, I am going to represent the component similar to this equation, because here we use the distance traveled as Z and location as 1 and 2. Then we can write Na is equal to dAB RTZ P ln 1 minus YA2 by 1 minus YAN. Remember, here the diffusion is taking place from 1 to 2. So YA1 will be always greater than YA2. Let's discuss the case 2. Here we assumed equimolar counter diffusion of A and B. So again we have for liquid Na is equal to dAB by Z rho by M average into ln XA1 minus rho by M average into XA1 minus XA2. XA1 is the mole fraction at location 1 and XA2 is the mole fraction at location 2. Since it is for liquid, we use the term X. Mole fraction of liquids are generally represented by the variable X. Similarly, for gases, we have Na is equal to dAB by RTL PA0 minus PA1. PA0 is partial pressure of air at location 0 and PA1 is the partial pressure located 1, which is separated by a distance L. For similar notation, I have used the term, I have replaced L by Z and 0 and 1 by 1 and 2. So we get Na is equal to PAB by RTZ, sorry, DAB by RTZ, PA1 minus PA2. Now let us solve a problem. Please pause the video and read the question once. Okay, the first thing to identify is whether the diffusion is taking place in liquid phase or in gaseous phase. So here you can see diffusion of acetic acid across a film of non-diffusing water solution. So it is clearly given that the diffusion is happening in a solution which is of 1 millimeter thick at 17 degrees Celsius, where the concentration on the opposite side of the film are respectively 9 and 3 weight percentage acid. So the diffusion is taking place between two planes 1 millimeter apart, which is having a concentration difference of 9 and 3 weight percentage. Diffusivity of acetic acid is also given. And one more data is given, density of 9% solution and 3% solution are respectively 1012 kg per meter cube and 1003.2 kg per meter cube respectively. So many data is given. Let us try to visualize the same. Let's say this is the two planes and let us name it as location 1 and 2, and molecules of A are diffusing from location 1 to 2, which is 1 millimeter apart. So the mole fraction here can be XA1 and this is at 2 can be XA2. So let us identify the equation. It is also given that B is non-diffusing. So this should be noted. Which component is non-diffusing? So water is non-diffusing here. So I can assume I can use the equation Na is equal to dAB by Z rho by M average ln 1 minus XA2 by 1 minus XA1. So in order to see, just go back and check this chart. See here all the equations are given. say the diffusion of a non-diffusing B, and for liquids I have the equation this. So this equation should be used. So let's get back. So here, what are the data that are not known to us? Do we know rho by m average? No, we do not know. So we have to find rho by m average. We also need to find XA2, XA1, the mole fractions at two different locations. So for that, let us, since the concentration is given at weight percentage, let us assume 1 kg of solution. I'm randomly assuming the water to be of 1 kg. And let's find out XA1 and XA2. So if we know 1 kg, the total weight of solution to be 1 kg, and it is given as 9% acetic acid solution. So the amount of acetic acid will be 1 into 9 by 100, that is 0.99. So divided by the molecular weight of acetic acid Ma will give you the number of moles of acetic acid at location 1. And similarly, since we have 9% acetic acid, rest will be water, so 91% will be water. So 1 into 1 into 91 by 100, that is equal to 0.91, will be the weight of water. Divided by its molecular mass Mb will give you the number of moles of B. So I have number of moles of A and number of moles of B at location 1. So XA1 is equal to XA1 is equal to the whatever value that you obtain here. Similarly, you can see XA2, that means the mole fraction at location 2, but use the moles that are present at location 2. That means instead of 0.09, it will be having 0.03 mole, 0.03 kg of acetic acid. So similarly, you find XA2 also. See, now come the tricky part. What is the molecular weight of solution? So we have assumed the solution to be having 1 kg, but it is having different composition at different locations. And what we want to know is we want to know the molecular weight at different locations, that is location 1 and 2. If we know the density and molecular weight at these locations, we can easily find the term rho by m average. I said this is the average value. So we need to separately calculate the rho by m values at different locations 1 and 2. But let's see how we can do that. See M1, what is M1 here? M1 is the molecular weight of the solution at location 1. Here we know the total weight. We assume the weight to be 1 kg. And we also know the total number of moles at that particular location here. So here 1 divided by weight of the solution by the number of moles will give you the molecular weight, because the equation for number of moles is weight by divided by molar mass. So if you change it, you will get molecular weight of solution at location 1. Similarly, we can get the molecular weight of solution at location 2 M2, which is equal to 1 by the number of moles at 2. Now use these two. Now we need to find by rho. We need to find the rho by m average. For that, take the average of these two. Find rho 1 by m1 plus rho 2 by m2. Find rho 1 by m1 and rho 2 by m2 and take the average. Because we know the density rho 1 and rho 2, which is given in the question. Now we found all the unknowns. Substitute in the equation for flux and solve.